Konnichiwa everybody, and welcome back to another pickups video. Now this is the second part to the previous video, and this is all kind of modernish stuff, or as modern as I get anyway. We've got PS2, Xbox 360, PS4, yes, 4, and Switch. So this is well bloody modern for me. Right, I'm having palpitations being so modern. We'll start with the old stuff. PS2. Now these were, I think, where did I buy these from? CEX. I was just went to a couple of towns recently on the hunt for bargains. I'll never normally find anything, but I had a bit of luck. If you saw the short I put out, I had a real slice of luck in cash converters. That's not this bit. So these were, like I say, in CEX, and I've seen this before many a time and kind of overlooked it, but it was 50p. So I thought, well, what are you messing about at here, son? For 50p, anything's worth a going in. So I've picked up Jetsion GP, and it's kind of a wipeout clown, I suppose. And you seem to float in the air more than wipeout. You seem to be like attached to this kind of, I don't know, like a transparent belt, if you like. It sort of is the track that you sort of fly around on. When I first put it on, I thought this is a bit shit, and I played it a bit more. It's in lovely condition, 50p. It's kind of okay, but it wasn't grabbing me to sort of, you know, oh come on, have another go. You know, it's mediocre, I'd say at best, but it's a Ubisoft game, and Crave Entertainment, which I'm sure Crave have made some stuff I like. That kind of swayed me into buying it, really. I am going to try it a bit more, you know. I'll put some footage up. It's not terrible by any means. It's no hidden gem or anything like that. But 50p, you know, you can't go wrong for 50p, can you? The box is worth 50p probably. Now this next one, I've looked at this before, and I've kind of dismissed it as just as, well, I'm not going to play that, so I'm not going to pick it up. And I'm sure it used to be £4 in CEX, not so long back when I thought about buying it before. But then I got on this shooter kick of trying to improve my somewhat limited skills on shoot 'em ups. And then I saw this again in CEX. I thought, right, I'm buying it this time, because it's the kind of game that's going to go up to probably stupid money one day. And it's 1945 1 and 2. It's now £6 in CEX. So it's gone up a third, if you like. If it was 4 before, it's now 6. It's gone up £2. Well, like I say, now I'm on this shooter kick. I thought, well, I'm going to try this again now. Because who knows, in 5 or 10 years, this could be £50 being a shooter. And I've got to say, I'm quite impressed with this. It is good. I much preferred the first one to the second one. The second one seemed much more of a bullet hell. And I'm not keen on them, to be honest. My skills don't stretch to bullet hell shooting. You know, I'm still learning, you know, basic shooters, never mind bullet hell. But for £6, if you see this in CEX, frankly, I think you've got to pick it up. It's a really good game for the money, and the fact you've got 2 games as well for the price of 1, you can't go wrong, in my opinion. So that was a real good surprise. Obviously being helped by the fact I'm playing shooters a lot more than I ever used to. So, well impressed with that. Thoroughly recommend it for £6 if you see it. or if you see it for less, even better, grab it. Right, now these next three are part of that cash converters bundle I bought, which I put the short out for. Now I sold most of them, but I'm keeping three of them. There was only three I was either didn't have or was interested in. And the first one I'm keeping is Red Dead Redemption, Game of the Year edition. And it also includes the Undead Nightmare disc. In reasonable condition. It's got this map, I presume that's a map, is it? Yeah, it's a map. Yeah, and it's got both discs. I seem to remember that. Yeah, they're not brilliant, but they're perfectly usable. The box is in quite nice condition. But if I ever, if I ever get the time to get around to it, I don't know. I'll probably never play it, but it's nice knowing it's there should I ever want to. But I ain't got the time to invest in something like this really. But I might try it one day. I did try a bit of the first one and that did look really, really good, to be fair, so I'm assuming this is probably even better. So maybe one day, but for £1 I've got to pick it up. And then again, same bundle, obviously, they're all £1. I knew I was missing one of the Forza Motorsports and I didn't know which one it was in the shop, so I just bought both the ones I'd got. Turns out it was 3 I was missing, so I'm keeping Forza 3. Again, it's just nice to have the full set of them. Probably won't play it very much, if at all, but for £1 I was buying that all day long. Now, the last one out of that bundle for £1 that I'm keeping, I was actually looking for this to pick up separately, regardless, when I saw it for a decent price. I've seen it in CEX, and it's usually around the £10 mark in CEX, and it seems to be around the similar mark on eBay, possibly even more. And it's just one I'd never got round to. And then couldn't believe my luck when I dropped on it in this bundle for £1. And it's Street Fighter X Tekken. And I've got to say, this is bloody amazing. What a game. Absolutely stunning. It looks brilliant. It plays brilliant. I mean, I should have bought this before, to be honest. It's that good. Hopefully I'll put some footage up so you can see it if you've not played it. I mean, it's well worth the tenner it's going for in CEX, to be honest. I can't believe I've got it for £1, to be honest with you. What a fantastic game. Absolutely loving this. Brilliant. I mean, there's nothing much to say about it really, it's Street Fighter. But you've got the Tekken characters as well, if that's your bag. I always pick Ryu, But each to their own. And it is complete as well. £1. I just could not believe when I went in that cash converters and saw all these games for £1 each. Very rare I drop lucky like that, but occasionally I have done in this cash converters shop and another one in a different town. So you've got to keep trying, haven't you? But that Street Fighter X Tekken, what a game! Right, I think we'll do PS4 next. Getting a headache already. PS4 on this channel. What's going wrong with the world? Right. Now these, where did I have these from? I think this was from Game, I think. If you, in the previous, or one of the previous pickups videos, I went in and had a decent deal on their used games, 3 for 2. So I've been going in a few times recently, just to see what they've got, anything that interests me, especially on this 3 for 2 business. And I went in the one, and there was some kind of a problem with the tills or something. You've got to pay cash, so I hadn't got any on me, so I'll have to leave the ones I found in that one shop. But I went to another shop another day to see if I could find the same games, and well, I couldn't. They hadn't got 3 I wanted, So I ended up just buying one. But it was still cheap. I think it was a fiver. And we've picked up Mega Man 11. Now, I've got to say, I'm not a fan of Mega Man. I've never liked it. I've tried a few times to play it. And I don't know what the fuss is about. I don't know. Like I say, I've tried more than once to get it into it. And I don't know. I'm lost for words with it, really. I don't know what to say about it. But I thought for a fiver, it'd be interesting to try this. And I've got to say, it's the best Mega Man experience I've had so far. I do quite like it. It's bloody difficult, as I believe they all are. But it does look quite nice, I think. The only thing I'd say, I don't know, the controls seem a bit sluggish to me. But I'm definitely going to be giving it a bit more time, because it does look nice. And I would like to get into these Mega Man games, you know, because it's obviously me, because thousands of people love them. It's me that's the problem, clearly, but I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be kind of an entry into the series for me. What are your thoughts on Mega Man? Is that the best one to start with, or is that actually shit? Maybe I like it because it's shit. Right, next up, now this was one of the ones I was looking at in the shop that couldn't take card payments, but I subsequently found it in CEX, and I think this is £4, 4 or 5. So it's some really cheap price anyway. I'll say 4. It's around that, and the reviews are terrible. But I thought for the money, well, you've not got much to lose, have you? So I picked up Contra Road Corps. And yes, Dylan, I've turned the cover round. So it's the nice one. Just for you. And, yeah, there are 2 covers in. That's the original cover. But, like I say, the reviews are rubbish on this. And don't get me wrong, by no means am I calling it brilliant. But I thought it was a reasonable game where I've played a bit. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just like a twin stick shooter, you know, really. I mean, or a modern interpretation of it anyway. I always compare these kind of things to Smash TV. And it's got a very similar feel to it to me, obviously with modern graphics. £4. You know, it's not brilliant, like I say, but I don't think it's too bad. Well worth £4 and well worth having a blast on for me. What do you think? Please let me know. Contra Road Corps. Right. And then this was in CEX as well. I think it was the same shop actually. And again, this was really cheap. For £4, something like that. £5 maybe. And I knew nothing about this, but it looked kind of interesting on the back of the box. And in a very similar vein to Contra, to be fair. I looked on the box and I sort of read what information there was on it, and Smash TV jumped out again. So I thought, well, I'm trying this for £4 or £5, whatever it was. Circuit breakers. Again, I'll put some footage up if I can, and very similar to Smash TV. Twin stick shooter style game again. You know, very retro style graphics. Again, for the money, a good retro blast, I'd say, for the PS4. It's, you know, it's constantly surprising me how much sort of retro inspired games I'm finding on the PS4. I've been missing out all these years, you know. So it's brilliant to find, and they're so cheap. Some of them. It's just amazing to re-experience the PS4 after my years of casting it aside since the first one I had. Circuit breakers. Any thoughts on that one? Let me know. Right, now the last PS4 game, I've got to thank Mark, Geordie Slasher, for this one. He recommended it. He recommended it to me twice actually, and I'd put it on my list and kind of forgot about it really. And then he reminded me again, and I bought it straight away this time in case I forgot again. Didn't really know what to expect, but you know, I thought, well, Mark knows what he's talking about. I've got to try it. So I bought gear shifters, and I've got to say, this really surprised me. I think this is probably one of my most favourite PS4 games I've played so far. Absolutely brilliant. I love this game. It's hard to explain really. It's kind of, if you've not played it, I don't know how to explain it. I'll put some footage up. That's the best way to explain it. But it's kind of a driving game and a shooting game in one. You've got to get to the end of the level by driving there, but while you're driving, you've got to sort of shoot down the other traffic. If you understand what I'm trying to say, it's kind of, the other traffic is, it's kind of like a shoot 'em up, but instead of flying around in a spaceship, you're driving in a car, you know, around the road, shooting all the opponent vehicles, and then at the end you get sort of a boss vehicle come on, and you know, there's all kinds of power-ups, and it plays so good, and it sounds so good, you know. It really blew me away how good this is. I couldn't stop playing it when I first put it on, and I haven't had time the last few days. I'm aching to get back to this and have another blast. Absolutely fantastic game. Absolutely love it. So I've got to say, big thumbs up to Mark. Cheers, mate. Another stellar recommendation. Anybody who's interested in shooters or even driving games, jump on that one. Right, the Nintendo Switch. Couldn't tell you the last time I bought a Switch game. I don't buy that many, to be fair. And first of all, now this is one I've seen a few people recommend. I've got a feeling I could be saying the wrong people now. I've got a feeling it was Red 7 who mentioned it first when I first took notice of it. And then I also think Dylan mentioned this as well. But again, if I've misremembered who it was who showed it, apologies. But I've got a feeling it was you two. And it's about 17 quid on Amazon, I think. And I'd had it in my sort of basket for a few weeks. And then I finally decided to pull the trigger on it. And I bought Darius HD. Again, the shooter kick sort of prompted this. And I've only played it once so far. And I was only in handheld mode. But it did seem good. So I am looking forward to playing this one a bit more. Obviously it's been on loads of things, isn't it, Darius? And from what I understand, there's 2 versions of the game on here. And you even got a nice inlay, and well, you can't call it a manual really, it's a sheet of paper, but it's nice to have at least something. It's got an internal artwork and a kind of a manual. But yeah, it's a cracking little shooter, and for the money you can't go wrong, can you? 18 quid. Darius HD. Hopefully I've put some footage up for you if you've not seen it before. Right, now this next one, I almost bought this when it came out. It's probably 6 months ago now it came out. It was before Christmas anyway. Because it's the kind of game that's right up my street. But I hadn't pre-ordered it. I don't know why really. It's the kind of thing I would normally do that for. But then it came out and I started listening to videos about it and reading a couple of reviews, and I thought, this don't sound like it's for me. So I never bought it. And I'd got a watch on it on the eShop on the Switch, in case they ever put a special offer on it and it was cheap to download. But I never saw one if there was one. And then recently I noticed it had come down quite a lot on, I don't know if it was base or the game collection now. I think it might have been base. And it was down to 20 quid. And I thought, oh bloody sod it, I'm gonna risk it. Even though I don't think I'm gonna like it, I'm gonna risk it. I'm talking about Cruisin Blast. Now, obviously, this is an arcade racer, so you're probably thinking, I bought this the day it came out. And like I say, normally I would do so, but I've read that many reviews and saw that many videos sort of not complaining, but everybody said it was good, but everybody seemed to mention the fact that no matter how good you drove, in the last 5 seconds you could go from first to last, and I hate that. I hate that with a passion. It just sounded so much like the annoying sort of Mario Kart games of late, where skill don't really come into it. It's all about pot luck. You know, having the slight bit of misfortune before the finish, and all your hard work's for nothing. So that stopped me buying it, because I hate that mechanic with a passion. However, after buying this and trying it, I was very pleasantly surprised. Really good. I'm now sorry I didn't buy it when it came out, but that said, I've got it for half the price it was to start with. So, chuffed to bits. Nothing exciting besides. But it is a cracking arcade racer. Way over the top, mad, crazy courses. But it does play well. Yes, you can never outrun your enemies really, and they are always right behind you. But I haven't found it to be frustrating yet. What it's like when the difficulty, when you get further into the game, maybe I might change my mind. But first impressions are really good. I'm really chuffed to have it. Cruisin Blast. If you like an arcade racer and you haven't, if you were on the fence like me, maybe now's the time to get it. Really chuffed with that. Now the last one, I don't know how I found out about this, to be honest, because it's not something, it's probably getting into shooters. I think it was when I bought that Darius I found out about this actually. When you buy that, you might be interested in this also. I think it was one of them. And I looked at it and thought, interesting. So I picked up Waifu Uncovered. Waifu, potato. And you're probably all aware, this is kind of a, I don't know, would you call it a risque shooter? Maybe, I don't know. But, I don't know, it's kind of an anime, sort of cutesy girls, half nude shoot 'em up. Basically, it's a shooter, but you're basically shooting their clothes off. It's a bit of fun. I don't think it's not a great game, but it's a bit of a laugh. It sets out to do what it does quite well, I suppose. And it is kind of a nice collector's edition, or whatever it is. It's got a nice cardboard sleeve, and then you get a sleeve with the ladies on. and with the cards of the nice ladies in the game. I've got the good side, my side. But you don't want to see that, do you? So there we go. There is a second version of that game coming out quite soon, actually. I don't know whether I'll bother, to be honest. I'm guessing it's probably the same, just different ladies or girls, whatever you want to call them, characters. So far, I haven't jumped on the perky little things bandwagon. I've resisted that temptation, but I don't know. We'll see. But that's the end of it. Anyway, I need to have a nice lie down now. Been talking about stuff that's far too new, and we'll go back to some nice old stuff for the next video, shall we? And we'll leave it there. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Sayonara.